leaving every thought and every dream behind. I try to delete you, I try to reboot, but the memory of you has taken root. The coffee's gone cold, the signal is weak. I'm looking for words that I no longer speak, and I tell myself I'm moving on, but the date is corrupted and you're not gone. Every heartbeat reminds me you're gone. The virus of your voice is a ghost in the machine, a devastating echo of everything we've been. I'm glitching in the dark and I'm feeling all the pain. A ruined girl just trying to survive inside the rain. You corrupted every file and you walked into the night and left me suffocating in the blue and digital light. The static of where we once stood, I'd erase every record of us if I could. Your voice is a melody that plays on a loop, a digital phantom, a cold empty group. I say it in whispers, I feel it in rain. I'm losing the battle to bypass the pain. And they say that the system will mend, but I'm entirely the digital land, with a spirit I can't even defend. The virus of your voice is a ghost in the machine, a devastating echo of everything we've been. I'm glitching in the dark and I'm feeling all the pain. A ruined girl just trying to survive inside the rain. You corrupted every file and you walked into the night and left me suffocating in the blue and digital light. The fever spikes inside the night. I'm shivering without your light. The medicine is just a ghost of the fading love I miss the most. The coffee's cold, the room is bare. I'm breathing in your empty air. I check my pulse, but it's too slow since the day you let me go. And I tell myself the pain will pass, but I am just a broken glass, bleeding on the heavy grass. I'm waiting for the cure, completely in the dark. A devastating illness where you stole my only spark. I trace the heavy scars and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You gave me every symptom that entirely walked away and left me suffocating in this devastated grave. I reach across the shadows for a vanished, fading face, but I'm just waiting for the cure inside this empty space. I walk the halls of what we built, choking on the this is even real. The antidote was in your hand. Now I'm completely turned to sand. And they say the morning breaks the sweat, but I am entirely drowning in regret. A completely devastating threat. I'm waiting for the cure, completely in the dark. A devastating illness where you stole my only spark. I trace the heavy scars and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You gave me every symptom, then entirely walked away and left me suffocating in this devastated grave. I reach across the shadows for a vanished, fading face, but I'm just waiting for the cure inside this empty space. The world is painted in gold and red. Now it's just shadows around my bed. The vibrant hues have washed away, leaving me trapped in a freezing gray. The coffee's gone cold, the picture is blurred. I'm searching for warmth in a hollow word. You took the palette and walked outside and left me with nowhere left to hide. And I tell myself the light will mend, but I'm completely at the bitter end, watching the heavy darkness descend. This is a desaturated love, completely in the dark. A devastating canvas where you stole my only spark. I trace the heavy outlines and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You drain the happy colors, then entirely walked away and left my shattered spirit suffocating in the gray. I reach across the grayscale for a vanished, fading face, but a desaturated love completely fills this empty space. I walk past the murals we used to admire. Now they're just ashes from a dying fire. Your memory flickers in black and white, a freezing projection inside the night. I try to repaint it, I try to move on, but the pigment is entirely, completely gone. It's soft and it's cruel, the lack of a hue, a devastating portrait that looks just like you. And they say the morning brings the sun, but the heavy fading has begun, and the devastated colors run. This is a desaturated love, completely in the space. The letter came, the paper's thin. I see the place you tried to begin. The ink is running down the page, a freezing end to all our rage. The coffee's cold, the light is weak. I trace the words you couldn't speak, a heavy drop of bitter rain that washes out this quiet pain. And I tell myself to read it through, but the heavy stains are bleeding blue, a devastating ghost of you. These are blotted out apologies, completely in the dark, a devastating letter where you stole my only spark. I trace the heavy ink and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You wrote the final sentence, then entirely walked away and left my shattered spirit suffocating in the gray. I reach across the paper for a vanished fading face, but blotted out apologies completely fill this space. I walk past the mailbox we used to share. Your heavy words are lingering there. The paper tears beneath my hand, a message I can't understand. I try to dry it, try to save the final thing you ever gave. It's soft and it's cruel, the smeared regret, a heavy memory I can't forget. And they say that words will heal the mind, but the heavy truth is completely blind, leaving devastated ink behind. Beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You wrote the final sentence, then entirely walked away and left my shattered spirit suffocating in the gray. I reach across the paper for a vanished fading face, but blotted out apologies completely fill this space. The final word, a sudden slice. Your eyes as cold as winter ice. The door swings shut, the lock engages. Trapped inside these empty pages, the coffee spills, the glass is cracked. There is no way to take it back. A sudden quiet fills the room and wraps me in a heavy gloom. And I tell myself the wound will close, but the heavy freezing sorrow grows like a devastating winter rose. These are sharp goodbyes, completely devastating blade where you stole my only spark. I trace the heavy edge and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You cut the final string, then entirely walked away and left my shattered spirit bleeding in the gray. I reach across the shadow for a vanished, fading face, but these sharp goodbyes completely fill this empty space. I walk the streets we used to roam, but nothing feels like coming home. The memories are broken glass, I feel them cutting as I pass. I try to run, I try to hide, but I am bleeding out inside. It's soft and cool, this jagged tear, a heavy proof you are not here. And they say the passing days will heal, but this devastating cut is real, and it's entirely all I feel. These are sharp goodbyes, completely in the dark. A devastating blade where you stole my only spark. I trace the heavy edge and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You cut the final string, then entirely walked away and left my shattered spirit bleeding in the gray. I reach across the shadows for a vanished, fading face, but these sharp goodbyes completely fill this empty space. The lights go down, the room is cold. The tragic story has been told. You hit your mark and turned away with nothing left for us to say. The camera rolls, the silence rings, a heavy heart on broken strings. The coffee spilled, the glass is cracked. There is no way to take it back. And I tell myself it's just a play, but the heavy shadows start to stay, washing every bit of hope away. So cue the tears, completely in the dark. A devastating scene where you stole my only spark. I stand upon the stage and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You read your final lines, then entirely walked away and left my shattered spirit suffocating in the gray. I reach across the spotlight for a vanished, fading face, but just an empty theater completely fills this space. The curtain falls, the crowd is gone. but I am entirely bleeding on. The makeup runs, the script is torn, a completely heavy, quiet mourn. I try to leave, I try to stand, but I am sinking in the sand. The final act is soft and cruel, and I was just a hopeful fool. And they say the credits finally roll, but this devastating script entirely took its toll, breaking every piece of my fragile soul. So cue the tears, completely in the dark, the devastating scene where you stole my only spark. I stand upon the stage and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You read your final lines, then entirely walked away and left my shattered spirit suffocating in the gray. I reach across the spotlight for a vanished, fading face, but just an empty theater completely fills this space. Your lips were sweet, a honeyed lie. I drank it down, I didn't try to stop the rush, to pull away. Now I am fading into gray. The room is spinning, cold and slow, a devastating undertow. The coffee spills, my hands are weak. I cannot breathe, I cannot speak. And I tell myself it's just a dream, but entirely nothing's what it seems. Caught inside a heavy, toxic stream. It's the venom in your kiss, completely in the dark. A devastating poison where you stole my only spark. It entirely creeps inside my heavy, freezing veins. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You gave me every drop and then entirely walked away, my shattered spirit suffocating in the gray. I reach across the shadows for a vanished, fading face, but the venom in your kiss completely fills this empty space. The antidote is nowhere near. I'm drowning in a freezing fear. The words you whispered in my ear are the only things I still can hear. It burns like ice, a slow decay, washing my fragile soul away. I I try to run, I try to stand, but I am sinking in your hand. And they say the sickness leaves the mind, but I am entirely, completely blind, leaving all the heavy light behind. It's the venom in your kiss, completely in the dark, a devastating poison where you stole my only spark. It entirely creeps inside my heavy, freezing veins, a beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You gave me every drop and then entirely walked away, and left my shattered spirit suffocating in the gray. I reach across the shadows for a vanished, fading face, but the venom in your kiss completely fills this empty space. The lens is cracked, the room is black. I try to see what's looking back. The edges fade, the colors run, a heavy shadow hides the sun. You blurred the lines I thought I knew, now everything is tinted blue. The picture shifts, my hands are weak, I cannot find the truth I seek. And I tell myself to clear the view, but entirely all I see is you. A devastated, heavy, fading hue. I have an out of focus heart, completely in the dark, a devastating picture where you stole my only spark. I stare into the blur and completely feel the pain, a beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You took the perfect shot, then entirely walked away, and left my shattered spirit suffocating in the grave. I reach across the shadows for a vanished, fading face, but an out of focus heart completely fills this empty space. The memory spins, the sorrow ends. I don't know where the ghost begins. A static screen, a broken scene of everything we could have been. I shut my eyes to hide the lies, but even there the spirit dies. It's soft and cruel, this heavy haze that traps me in a bitter maze. And they say the tears will wash it clean, but this is the completely cruelest scene that my devastated eyes have ever seen. His heart completely fills this empty space. Picture fades, the lights go low, inverted shades of what I know. The white is black, the day is night. You entirely took my only light. I hold the strip up to the cold, a tragic story I was told. The bright was fake, the dark is true. Heavy ghost I made of you. And I tell myself the colors wait, but I'm completely trapped inside this fate. A devastated, heavy, freezing slave. This is the negative of us, completely in the dark. A devastating shadow where you stole my only spark. I trace the inverted lines and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You took the happy picture, then entirely walked away. My shattered spirit suffocating in the grave. I reach across the photo for a vanished, fading face. But the negative of us completely fills this empty space. Is gone, the darkroom chills, a heavy silence breaks and kills. I try to wash the memory clean, but you are entirely on the screen. The smile you gave is just a frown. You turn my whole world upside down. I trace the film of bitter art, a freezing chemical inside my heart. And they say the dark will bring the dawn, but the completely happy days are gone. And all my heavy, freezing hope is drawn. This is the negative of us, completely in the dark. A devastating shadow where you stole my only spark. I trace the inverted lines and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You took the happy picture, then entirely walked away. Shattered spirit suffocating in the grave. I reach across the photo for a vanished, fading face. But the negative of us completely fills this empty space. The screen is bright, the room is cold. I'm staring at a love grown old. I drag the edge across your face and try to leave an empty space. The pixels blur, the cursor drags, my heavy broken spirit sags. I cut the frame to save my heart and tear our history apart. And I tell myself it's for the best, but the empty space is a heavy test, a hollow ache inside my chest. I'm cropping you out completely in the dark, a devastating edit where you stole my only spark. I trace the digital lines and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You ruined the perfect shot, then entirely walked away and left my shattered spirit suffocating in the gray. I zoom into the nothing for a vanished, fading face, but cropping you out just leaves a colder, empty space. I shift the light, I change the hue to try and hide the ghost of you. But even when your face is gone, the heavy memory lingers on. The gallery is full of holes, a graveyard for our broken souls. I click delete to end the show, but I completely miss you so. And they say the screen will wash it clean, but this is the completely cruelest scene that my devastated eyes have ever seen. I'm cropping you out completely in the dark, a devastating edit where you stole my only spark. I trace the digital lines and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You ruined the perfect shot, then entirely walked away and left my shattered spirit suffocating in the gray. I zoom into the nothing for a vanished, fading face, but cropping you out just leaves a colder, empty space. Empty space. The roses arrived in a velvet box, but they cannot pick these broken locks. The diamonds shine in the bedroom light, but they cannot warm this freezing night. You try to buy the tears I bleed, but it's not the heavy thing I need. A golden chain around my throat while I drown inside this sinking boat. And I tell myself to take the prize, but I'm completely drowning in your lies. A devastated truth I can't disguise. These are expensive apologies, completely in the dark. A devastating ransom where you stole my only spark. I trace the shiny jewels and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You paid the final price, then entirely walked away and left my shattered spirit suffocating in ghost within. You pour the wine, you set the stage, but I'm just a bird inside a cage. The receipts are long, the numbers high, but they cannot stop a heavy cry. You bought the world to make it right, but you entirely lost me to the night. And they say that gold will heal the mind, but the completely heavy truth is blind, leaving all the devastated love behind. These are expensive apologies, completely in the dark. A devastating ransom where you stole my only spark. I trace the shiny jewels and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You paid the final price, then entirely walked away and left my shattered spirit suffocating in the gray. I reach across the silver for a vanished fading face, but expensive apologies just fill this empty space. The water is low, barely touching my knees, but I'm caught in the pool of these devastating seas. You held out your hand and you let it slip. Now I'm tasting the salt on my shivering lip. The shoreline is close, but the current is strong. I trusted your depth, but I got it all wrong. The surface is calm, but I'm pulled underneath by the heavy cold lies hiding right in your teeth. And I tell myself I can finally stand, but I'm entirely sinking in the sand, reaching for your vanished hand. I am drowning in the shallows, completely in the dark. A devastating ocean where you stole my only spark. I gasp for the air and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You waited in the water, then entirely walked away and left my shattered spirit suffocating in the gray. I reach across the ripples for a vanished fading face, but I'm drowning in the shallows of this empty space. I look at the sky, it's so heavy and blue, but my lungs are completely just filling with you. The ripples are quiet, the water is still, while I'm fighting the freeze of this devastating chill. You said it was safe, but you lied from the start. Now the shallowest puddle is breaking my heart. I struggle to breathe, but I'm giving up hope at the end of a fraying and desperate road. And they say that the tide will recede, but entirely all I do is bleed. A devastated spirit in need. I'm drowning in the shallows, completely in the dark. A devastating ocean where you stole my only spark. I gasp for the air and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You waited in the water, then entirely walked away and left my shattered spirit suffocating in the gray. I reach a quiet end to all the gloom. I held you in my heavy chest, but now it's time to finally rest. Your memory is fading out, replacing every bitter doubt. I open up the window wide to let the freezing air inside, and I tell myself my lungs will clear, but entirely all I feel is fear, losing the ghost I held so dear. I'm exhaling the last of you completely in the dark, a devastating breath where you stole my only spark. I let the heavy air escape and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You filled my fragile spirit, then entirely walked away and left me suffocating in this devastated gray. I breathe into the shadows for a vanished, fading face, but exhaling the last of you completely fills this space. The mirror shows a hollow ghost, the faded girl you hurt the most. I blow the dust from off the glass and watch the heavy minutes pass. A single sigh to end the war. I'm not your prisoner anymore. It's soft and cruel, this final breath, a quiet, devastating death. And they say the oxygen will heal, but this emptiness is all I feel. A devastated truth that is too real. I'm exhaling the last of you completely in the dark, a devastating breath where you stole my only spark. I let the heavy air escape and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You filled my fragile spirit, then entirely walked away and left me suffocating in this devastated gray. I breathe into the shadows for a vanished, fading face, but exhaling the last of you completely fills this space. The air is sharp, the room is cold. I breathe the lies that I was told. It burns my throat, it stings my chest, a freezing end to all my rest. The coffee's dark, the taste is sour. sit alone inside the hour. You left a cloud I can't escape, a heavy ghost without a shape. And I tell myself to breathe it out, but I'm entirely drowning in the doubt. A devastated, heavy, freezing drought. I'm breathing in the bitter, completely in the dark. A devastating winter where you stole my only spark. I fill my heavy lungs and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You poisoned all the air that entirely walked away, and left my shattered spirit suffocating in the gray. I reach across the shadows for a vanished, fading face, but breathing in the bitter completely fills this space. The window shut, the lock is tight. I'm trapped inside this freezing night. The aftertaste is all you left, a quiet, heavy, hollow theft. I try to speak, I try to cry, but my exhausted throat is dry. It's soft and cruel, this toxic chill, a heavy breath against my will. And they say the morning clears the haze, but I'm entirely lost inside this maze. For the rest of my completely ruined days, I'm breathing in the bitter, completely in the dark. A devastating winter where you stole my only spark. I fill my heavy lungs and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You poisoned all the air that entirely walked away, and left my shattered spirit suffocating in the gray. I reach across the shadows for a vanished, fading face, but breathing in the bitter completely fills this space. The walls close in, the air is thin. I feel the heavy panic spin. You dropped my hand and walked away, and left me choking in the gray. The room is spinning, cold and fast, a devastating shadow cast. My hands are numb, I cannot speak. The heavy tears are on my cheek, and I tell myself to just inhale, but I completely start to fail. A shattered spirit, weak and pale. It's a breathless breakdown, completely in the dark. A devastating panic where you stole my only spark. I gasped for the air and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You crushed my fragile hope, then entirely walked away, face, but a breathless breakdown completely fills this empty space. The floorboards tilt, I hit the ground, but I can't make a single sound. The memory of your final word is the cruelest thing I ever heard. I claw the floor, I try to stand, but I am sinking in the sand. It's soft and cruel, this lack of breath, a heavy, quiet, waking death. And they say the oxygen will flow, but I am entirely sinking low, with completely nowhere left to go. It's a breathless breakdown, completely in the dark, a devastating panic where you stole my only spark. I gasped for the air and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You crushed my fragile hope, then entirely walked away, and left my shattered heart suffocating in the gray. I reach across the shadows for a vanished, fading face, but a breathless breakdown completely fills this empty space. The taillights fade into the black. I know you're never coming back. I drop my coat upon the street, a heavy, devastating defeat. The concrete's cold against my skin. I don't know where to now begin. You drove away without a word and left me freezing on the curb. And I tell myself to just walk home, but I am entirely, completely alone. A shattered spirit turned to stone. I am crying on the curb, completely in the dark, a devastating midnight where you stole my only spark. I watch the passing headlights and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You left me on the corner, then entirely drove away, and left my shattered spirit suffocating in the gray. I reach across the asphalt for a vanished, fading face, but I'm just crying on the curb inside this empty space. The city sleeps, the street lamps glow. I have entirely nowhere left to go. The traffic lights blink red to green, the completely cruelest final scene. I wipe the makeup from my eye and whisper out a heavy sigh. It's soft and cruel, this bitter chill. My devastated heart is standing still. And they say the morning clears the street, but I am entirely crushed beneath this heavy defeat, with completely frozen, tired feet. I am crying on the curb, completely in the dark. A devastating midnight where you stole my only spark. I watch the passing headlights and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You left me on the corner, then entirely drove away, and left my shattered spirit suffocating in the gray. I reach across the asphalt for a vanished, fading face, but I'm just crying on the curb inside this empty space. The skyline fades to heavy gray. The morning sun is washed away. I breathe the ash of what we were, a devastating, toxic blur. The neon flickers through the haze. I'm lost inside this bitter maze. You left me choking in the street, a freezing, quiet, dark defeat. And I tell myself the sky will clear, but entirely all I breathe is fear. A shattered spirit crying here. It's a small city sorrow, completely in the dark. A devastating poison where you stole my only spark. I choke on the heavy air and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the toxic rain. You clouded up my fragile heart, then entirely walked away, and left my shattered spirit suffocating in the gray. I reached across the skyline for a vanished, fading face, but a smoke city sorrow completely fills this empty space. The concrete buildings scrape the sky, but cannot hear my heavy cry. The exhaust fumes and bitter lies bring devastated tears to my eyes. I try to run, I try to breathe, but your ghost is the only air I leave. It's soft and cruel, this toxic dawn, with all the heavy oxygen gone. And they say the wind will blow it past, but this devastating smog was built to last. A completely broken, heavy cast. It's a smog city sorrow, completely in the dark. A devastating poison where you stole my only spark. I choke on the heavy air and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the toxic rain. You clouded up my fragile heart, then entirely walked away, and curiosity, sorrow completely fills this empty space. The well is dry, the sun is high. I drink the poison of your lie. My throat is cracked, my spirit weak. I just want you to finally speak. The cup is empty in my hand. I'm sinking in this burning sand. You poured the water down the drain and left me begging for the rain. And I tell myself the rain will fall, but I completely hit a heavy wall, waiting for a truth you can't recall. I am thirsty for the truth, completely in the dark. A devastating desert where you stole my only spark. I choke upon the lies and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers for the rain. You hit the only answer, then entirely walked away and left my shattered spirit suffocating in the gray. I reach across the dust for a vanished, fading face, but I'm thirsty for the truth inside this empty space. The mirage fades, the shadows grow. There is entirely nowhere left to go. A drop of honesty is all I need, but you just watch my spirit bleed. I trace the cracks upon my lip and watch your heavy promises slip. It's soft and cruel, this bitter drought that hollows my completely ruined spirit out. And they say the truth will set me free, but it's entirely, completely blinding me. A devastated heart that cannot see. I am thirsty for the truth, completely in the dark. A devastating desert where you stole my only spark. I choke upon the lies and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers for the rain. You hit the only answer, then entirely walked away and left my shattered spirit suffocating in the gray. I reach across the dust for a vanished, fading face, but I'm thirsty for the truth inside this empty space. You reach your hand across the space to wipe the sorrow from my face, but pull away, don't cross the line. This heavy freezing pain is mine. You broke the heart that beat for you and turned my entire world to blue. So let them fall, just let them be. they are the only things left of me. And I tell myself to turn away, but the heavy shadows start to stay, a devastating, bitter gray. Do not touch the tears, completely in the dark, a devastating river where you stole my only spark. I trace the heavy drops and completely feel the pain, a beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You caused this sudden flood, then entirely walked away and left my shattered spirit suffocating in the grave. I back into the shadows from your vanished fading face. So do not touch the tears inside this empty space. Your fingertips are cold and cruel. I'm not your completely broken fool. The comfort that you try to show is just a ghost I used to know. You lit the match and watched it burn, and now there's nowhere left to turn. Don't try to dry the mess you made, just watch my ruined spirit fade. And they say forgiveness heals the mind, but the completely heavy truth is blind, leaving devastated love behind. Do not touch the tears, completely in the dark, a devastating river where you stole my only spark. I trace the heavy drops, completely feel the pain, a beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You caused this sudden flood, then entirely walked away and left my shattered spirit suffocating in the grave. I back into the shadows from your vanished fading face. So do not touch the tears inside this empty space. The room gets smaller when you're near. You breathe my hope and exhale fear. I try to pull a heavy breath, but you just drag me close to death. The windows fog, the lights are dim. I'm drowning on the very rim. You take the air I need to speak and leave me devastated, weak. And I tell myself to walk away, but I'm entirely trapped inside this grey with a heavy price I have to pay. You are stealing my oxygen completely in the dark, a devastating vacuum where you stole my only spark. I gasped for the air and completely feel the pain, a beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You pulled the final breath, then entirely walked away and left my shattered spirit suffocating in the grave. I reach across the shadows for a vanished, fading face, but you are stealing my oxygen inside this empty space. freezing cold. I bought the heavy lies you sold. You wrap your ghost around my throat, a sinking, devastated boat. I try to break the bitter glass and watch the heavy minutes pass. It's soft and cruel, this unseen thief that traps me in a quiet grief. And they say the breeze will finally blow, but I am entirely sinking far too low, with completely nowhere left to go. You're stealing my oxygen, completely in the dark. A devastating vacuum where you stole my only spark. I gasped for the air and completely feel the pain. A beautifully ruined girl who shivers in the rain. You pulled the final breath and entirely walked away, and left my shattered spirit suffocating in the gray. I reach across the shadows for a vanished, fading face, but you are stealing my oxygen inside this empty